Okay, so I've done my 3 rows of basting stitch on the size 5, all right? And what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be pulling from each, and we're gonna gather it up, pulling the bobbin thread. So I'm gonna pull all 3 of these at the same time, more than I think I need, okay? And then I'm gonna go to the other side, and I'll pull up, okay? And what you're gonna start doing, you can see that this is the top shoulder. I'm gonna start blending these out to form my sleeve cap, okay? So I don't want, it's gonna gather more towards this side than it will here. So I'm gonna just keep playing with it and molding it. Blending out those gathers. As I get down to this lower part, I don't want to see any, so I'm just going to keep pulling, and I'm pulling from this top part. I'm not pulling from here, okay? So this is the best way to start. It takes time to really mold it so that it's exactly right and that all the fullness can go in here. You don't want to get anything caught when you're sewing it into the seam, okay? So we can manipulate it as we're setting it in, but I'm gonna make, so now you can see that it's starting to form this cap, okay? But again, I don't want any of those little puckers, and I can move some of that while I'm sewing, okay? Okay, so I've got that set right now, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn it inside out. So the right side is out, okay? Okay, and just leave all the tails going. I've pressed all my seams flat open too. I wanted you guys to see that, is that all the seams should be pressed flat open that we did. So we've got my front here and the side seam sewn, and they're pressed flat open. And I've got my mark for the match point that I marked for underneath my arm. I've got my front notch, my back notch, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put my sleeve, and I'm gonna start it lining it up underneath with that underarm notch, okay? Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pin it though on the sleeve side, okay? So I'm gonna mark with that, okay? And then what I'm gonna do is continue to pin around. I'm gonna kind of match up my notches. You're gonna have to just pull some of these away, and those can get pulled out after, all right? So I'm gonna line up this front notch like this, okay? And continue to go around. I'm gonna get my back notch, that's important. So underarm first, back and front notches are next, okay? Then I'm going to get my shoulder, I can still see it there, okay? Keeping this shoulder seam flat open and pinning that there. Now you can see I've still got too much here, so now I'm going to start pulling it flat so it fits better in. And then just keep spreading, spreading, spreading until it fits in there nicely. I want more of my fullness up at the top cap, so if anything, push it up towards the top. And then I'm going to continue to pin around.